Hi, my name is Holly Martinez, and this is my audience. On May 3rd, 1992, 3-year-old Christine Jackson was abducted from her home in Mississippi and found raped and murdered the next morning. 3 years later, on March 24th, 1995, Kennedy Brewer, the boyfriend of Christine's mother, was wrongly convicted for the crimes done to Christine and sentenced to death. He would go on to serve 15 years on death row, not knowing when the day would come, the day he would be killed as an innocent man. However, that day never came. Thankfully, due to DNA testing and advocacy done by the Innocence Project, Kennedy was exonerated and released on February 18, 2009. It is heart-wrenching, intense stories like Kennedy's that inspired attorneys Peter Neufeld and Barry Scheck to found the Innocence Project in New York City in 1992. A nonprofit legal organization that works to exonerate the wrongly convicted through DNA testing and funding legal representation. The Innocence Project targets fallacies in a legal system funded by the American citizens, the same legal system they should have confidence in to serve justice to the guilty, not persecute the innocent. As someone who works in the legal field themselves and hopes to be an attorney one day, the Innocence Project struck me as such an influential charitable organization that I had to research their mission and share it with you all today. The Innocence Project is a highly beneficial charity worth supporting that exonerates people of crimes they did not commit and improves the justice system through education, reform, and support. According to the National Registry of Exonerations, a database of statistics relating to the acquittal of the wrongly convicted in the United States, as of February 2021, 5% of the 230 people that the Innocence Project fought for pled guilty to a crime they did not commit. This number is ultimately diminished by educating those suspected of a crime of their constitutional rights and police tactics, which the Innocence Project works to bring to the masses. Furthermore, the Innocence Project also cites within their list of work that the organization actively funds research to improve the accuracy and reliability of forensic science. In the Supreme Court case of the District Attorney's Office of the 3rd District versus Osborne, which was decided on June 18, 2009, Justice John G. Roberts delivered an opinion in which he stated there are serious deficiencies in DNA testing, and argued that in order to establish the certainty of such testing, more scientific action needed to be taken. With the Innocence Project's contribution towards the development of DNA testing, they are ensuring that the innocent be proven as such, and possibly identify the true suspect. Along with this, the organization also provides their own database of research resources for those who work within the legal field, or those interested in the topic, with information about wrongful convictions and critical analysis of the strategies used to overturn these convictions. The Innocence Project makes it very clear that ignorance is not bliss within the justice system, especially one that can take advantage of anybody, even you and me. According to a report in the Albany Law Review on the data collected in the first 25 years of the Innocence Project, authored by a collective of students in 2014, wrongful convictions originate from ethical and legal violations due to prosecutorial misconduct and a lack of defense. Not only is this prevalence of malpractice in the criminal justice system disappointing, it is inexcusable and must face change. The same view is held by the Innocence Project, as while they are working on bringing freedom to the wrongly imprisoned, they are also making sure that it never happens again. According to the Innocence Project's online resource regarding policy reform, representatives of the organization are constantly lobbying for laws to expedite the process of DNA testing in biological crimes and to ensure that evidence is correctly retained. Furthermore, as cited in a report on the Innocence Project done by contributors from Cardozo Law School, 10% of the exonerees the charity assisted spent 25 years or more in prison as innocent individuals. The justice system failed these people, and they lost insurmountable years of their lives. They didn't get to finish school. They didn't get to see children grow up, family grow old. They didn't get to attend funerals or birthday parties. They didn't even get to hug their own mothers. And while these moments cannot be replaced, they can at least try to be compensated. The Innocence Project also works to target this issue and gains compensations from prosecutors and prisons for the harm that those are victim to while wrongfully incarcerated. However, that is not the only support the nonprofit provides to exonerees post-release. Cited in a study on mental health post-incarceration and published in the International Journal of Offender Therapy and Comparative Criminology on August 25, 2014, authored by a collective of researchers, The reentry period that an inmate faces following release is influential to how they will live their free life in society, and it is often they begin to have a strain on their mental health due to multiple stressors. While the shock of reentering society is inevitable, the Innocence Project offers an entire social work department to aid their exonerees after release. This department assesses necessary support for those before they are liberated, such as locating family, setting up housing, and arranging any necessary healthcare appointments. In conclusion, the Innocence Project is a charitable organization that is the voice and uncuffed hands for those who lost the greatest joy in their life, their freedom. Through their extensive mission to educate, reform, and support all walks of life, even those who no one will vouch for, the Innocence Project is truly a guardian angel for the wrongfully convicted. I hope that your takeaway today is not that the justice system does more harm than good. I would hope that you are more aware of the mistakes that can be made, and by donating any amount to the Innocence Project, you can be a part of the change. If it was not for them, Kennedy would still be waiting in fear on death row, not knowing when his life would be taken. And even worse, that day may have already came. Thank you.